Oh, man. Cool. I think we're all here. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Dan Plays Games from the Elder Times. I'm your host, Dan. And the game from the Elder Time that we're currently playing is, of course, the AD&D Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Pool of Radiance game, which I have never played before. So everything you see me do here online, I am discovering for the first time ever. So please be gentle and no spoilers. But if you want to be a friendly help once in a while, that's very much appreciated, actually. So you might notice I've moved some stuff around in my my show format here as I tinker with my studio setup once in a while. So I hope that's okay. It's super hot here in New York tonight, so unusually I've got the air conditioning on at the moment. If that's distracting, feel free to tell me and I can modify that. But hopefully that's not too bad. Okay, Pool of Radiance, here I come. Code wheel, yes. I think there was a chat going on before I actually started the stream, which is, it's interesting to come midstream through that conversation. Okay, so what code do I have tonight? So I got the little squirrely thing for the Elven rune, and I got sort of a squared off M. It's got 3 prongs on it. It's not tau, it's not pi, it's a 3-pronged symbol. And then read the dotted line. I feel like I have a number. What the hell? Do I have that lined up properly? That doesn't make any sense. I have a number there. No, okay, I see. You know what? I never noticed. That's weird. I never noticed the numbers at this in the inner circle. So this word is trout, which is like a weird. Oh man, I think I'm about to get locked out of the game. Weird. It's a number. I don't know. Okay, so this is what I honestly see. 9 trout. That can't possibly be correct. I don't know. I think I'm in. Okay, so back to my game. All right, so where am I? Okay, so I guess I must have saved it. I must have quit. Right, this is the save right before I went into the Temple of Bane here, right? So last time we brought Durton, the NPC cleric, into the party, and I put him right in the front line here. And Durton's goal, Durton's quest in this game is to clear out the Temple of Bane. So I kind of went way out of my way. I made a beeline for the Temple of Bane, scouted these blocks outside the subtle part for the first time ever, actually. Thought I was doing pretty well, went to the temple, wrecked the altar, and then the entire temple just fills up with a giant mob of orcs with bows and a max level half-orc cleric. And I, of course, as regular viewers of the show know, the show ends with a TPK every week. And that was how it happened last week. So I think so the problem there was largely that half orc, because he comes in, he's a max level cleric, which is to say 4th. He clearly has a wisdom bonus, so he has enough hold person spells to paralyze my entire party, and ultimately that's what happened. So I think the decision at the end of the show was that I need to level up before I can take on that encounter. So the plan tonight is I'm going to go somewhere else. I think Podal Plaza, I think, is probably the best choice. Level up, get a little bit more juice before I come back and take on that encounter again. Yeah, you're right. I think that the Steam version actually is jailbroken. And the truth is, in the intro credits, if I just hit the escape key, it just gets you through it anyway. So, but I like to go through the motions just so people see what it's like to play a game in the Elder Times. Ah, delicious. Oh yeah, last time I tried that, I don't even remember what that brand of otter was that I tried last time. Anywho, there we go. So after the show, dealing with that half-orc cleric blasting me with spells, obviously we all agree that if I could take him out, that's key to that encounter. The only thing that I had, he's standing in a bunch of lower level orcs, so a sleep spell is not actually going to target him properly. And the only, I have one single thing in my kit at the moment that can take him out, and that's Griffith, who recently became 3rd level, and Griffith is carrying around one hold person spell, but he didn't get to cast it last time because he got hit by an arrow and then went down before he could cast anything. So I never had a chance to even try that last time. So arguably I could go in and just hope that Griffith gets to cast his hold person and that it works. But I don't think that's a good bet. So I think I want to come in with at least 2 or 3 bullets in the weapon, and for that I got to level up. Well, you're right. There's Stinking Cloud, but at least in the encounter before, Nirajarini wasn't in range with Stinking Cloud. So I suppose if I move things around and put her right in the right place, maybe she'd be in range at that point. You're right, Stinking Cloud would be an option. She was nowhere near range, so I guess I wasn't counting that. Good point. Yeah, I was not winning initiative. I think all my casters but one. Well, that's the other thing. Nirajarini got hit by an arrow too, so she wasn't allowed to cast in the first round either. Yeah, I think that's. I agree. I think some of us are saying we could move that order around, but I'm not really super happy about Nirajarini being right on the end either. Anyway, a couple more tools in the toolbox would be good. So, job 1, get out of the Temple of Bane. Okay, so here I am in the... I need my map up. This is the Wealthy block? Yeah, this is the Wealthy block. I'm about to go buy a mansion. Probably run some goblins here. So you stand outside a large mansion. On the walls of the mansion are crude, I think, handprints, which is the sign of Bane. So you spot a group of orcs. The monsters stand ready. I'm going to advance because we've learned that the servants of the Temple of Bane all have Stockholm Syndrome and really want you to abuse them. So I will parlay, and I will be abusive towards these orcs. We're gonna keep all you non-believers out of here, the monsters say as they begin to leave. So hit the road, you bums. The monsters turn and leave. Okay, that was, unusually polite. We've seen a lot worse from the servants of Bane previously. So here's this kind of interesting view outside the city. So we were just in this part here on the right side of the river. And we've come out here and we have choices to go someplace else or off into the wilderness or back over the river. So I'm going to hit boat to come back to the civilized part. Whoops, and I've wandered into the Temple of Tyr by accident. Sorry. I feel like my keyboard's being a little wonky here. It's taking more than one key press at a time. Okay, so now fortunately, thanks to viewer help, actually, before I went to the Temple of Bane, where I saved it, I was entirely healed up. I got all my spells, so I'm in proper, I'm re-ammoed, so I am in proper adventuring order. So, among the quests, the commissions that we currently have, we have a quest in, you know what, I'm actually just going to bring this on screen. Does this work? No, it doesn't work on the system anymore. something else I gotta modify in the show setup here. Whew. Yeah, I have a new computer here, so there's some things I'm still getting fine-tuned. So among the commissions I have are, there's supposedly an auction for a magic item in Podal Plaza among the monster horrible crew. And then there's a wealthy commissioner who wants the treasure back out of the Cadorna textile house, which are places off to the west. So I'm going to head west here. And I'm going to need my map that I made up offline to get through the slums specifically. You know, when you start this game off, and you start off in the first level area of the slums, right? The slums are very mazy. They have lots of wandering monsters, and I got to admit that the signal I was getting was that the whole game was going to be like that. It was very mazy. Why is this? Sorry, my keyboard is like being weird. Okay, we're back. Okay, so heading off west here. So I thought that the whole game was going to be lots and lots of mazy sections, and I was trying to be careful through the slums. And now what I'm realizing is that the other parts of this game are not quite these intricate mazes that the slums are. So once you get through here, so far I've been finding the rest of it much easier to navigate. Bash this. Door here I'm going to bash. Hideous stable. Hey, Disparrow, is the AC sound okay on the stream, or is that overly irritating? Where am I now? This is Kudo's well, right? So we cleared this part out, and I'm just north of the well there. And obviously there's a subterranean section, which we cleared out. And I can use that to rest. I ought to remember that. If I need to come back here, I can rest. Okay, so I think just the west here is Podal Plaza, I see. And I pretty much... Right, so we were here before, right? And I don't think I have been here before. So I have no idea what's going to be here, actually. To the south is the... what's it called again? Right, is the textile house that has a whole bunch of undead, which is we went there a little bit at one point and then decided that was not a good idea. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Disparrow. Okay, I've never seen this before. I'm doing a double take. The plaza ahead is crowded with monsters. How will you proceed? Stride boldly forward, exclamation mark. Disguise party as monsters, or sneak remaining unseen. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so you know what? So for what it's worth, I'm going to go with my gut reaction here. And obviously, stride boldly forward sounded like a bad idea. This is great because this is classic Dungeons and Dragons tropes that you might want to do. Disguise yourself as monsters. Like that happens. That's a key part of Steadying of the Hill Giant Chief, is that you can disguise yourself as as child giants actually. So that's good. Or sneak remaining unseen. So I mean, honestly, I would be skeptical that the disguise thing was going to work. So I'm going to try sneaking here, and if that's a bad idea, I will restore the game and come back to this point. I'm going to try to sneak. fascinating. And you know what? I'm just gonna save the game right now before I make a terrible, or as I make a terrible choice. I'm not entirely sure what sneaking entails exactly. Okay, sneaking is possible, but more difficult. Well, I'm all about making things more difficult for myself, so that seems appropriate for the Elder Times. Now, if I go north, what is it, Samanow Gate? I don't think I want to do that. It seems like I'm getting around the periphery pretty easily. I'm going to sneak in one of these doors. A decayed building left to the rats. Okay. I'm going to search here a little bit. The gate is not somewhere you want to go. That makes sense. I already have enough on my plate. Podal Plaza, the textile house beat my ass. The Temple of Bane wiped me out. So, like, the next horrible thing is probably over my head at this point. What is this? That's interesting. Weird. What is that? Some kind of screen or something? I'm searching. While I'm doing this, I'm looking at a lot of these spaces. Okay, now I'm remembering that around the Temple of Bane, there's a whole bunch of buildings that are also basically all abandoned, except for wandering monsters. So maybe this is more of the same. What is that? You spot a group of goblins. Okay, and now I'm boxed in too. Oh, you stop and they move on. Oh, okay. Hey, sneaking successful. Look at that. One successful sneak. Feeling pretty good about that. Now, what is this? You spot a group of orcs. Okay. You stop and they move on. All right, great, okay. I don't even have to abuse them like I do most of these guys. What is that? Look at my journal here. So that would be... That must take you outside the city, eh? Let me just do that, because looking at this journal map, that's got to just take you outside the city. Yeah, you're on the western edge of the city. Okay, so over on the left. There are two entrances in the city: a north entrance and a south entrance. Which entrance will you take? So the south would take me back to the textile house, if I'm correct. So I want the north one back into Podal Plaza. The problem with sneaking is you have no agency over your success, whereas with disguises, your charisma and parley choices make a difference. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna, try to keep sneaking here. Maybe I can do this. An abandoned shop. Broken shelves are all that remain. Certainly signaling that there's nothing much interesting here. That's a lot of doors. Got it. So you can kind of see, like with the Temple of Bane, my customary strategy is try to clear out the outbuildings, make sure I'm not surrounded by a mob or anything. But there doesn't seem to be much interesting stuff here. I'm all the way over here. Let me find my way into this southwest corner. Must have already done that. Okay. Locked door and I'm trying to sneak, so I will pick this. Yeah? Didn't work. I can't knock it. I don't have a knock spell. You know, I'm gonna try, I don't know, maybe this will make a difference or not. I'm gonna bring Rollin up. Right, he's my fighter thief. He's the only thief I have. I'm gonna try this bit of swapping him out of the chainmail and into the bracers to make him lighter. Maybe this will help him pick a lock. Nope. Okay. Good try. Let me armor him up again. Well, you know what? I'm going to go through this other door instead. No, that's totally not. Totally not interesting. All right, here I'm bashing it. Oh. Oh, I couldn't even bash it. Holy smoke. I didn't expect that. That's unusual. Huh. So it's looking like this is another, like kind of like the library. It looks like I need a knock spell to get in there. That's interesting. Try it one more time. Fascinating. Okay. Actually, I guess I'll pick it. Definitely not working. Okay, well that's interesting. I'm going to make a little note about that. Maybe that's important, maybe not. You know, while I'm doing this, one other interesting thing, they're both rolls, but some doors are more difficult than others. Got it. Yeah, like over in the slums, I've never missed a bash attempt, so I thought that was like automatic. Obviously, I've missed a lot of pick events. Oops, that's not what I want. There's nothing around here, is there? Yeah, I'm trying to sneak around the periphery here without being out in the open too much. I don't think... Well, that's interesting. I mean, so you think the knock wouldn't show up unless I have... I mean... The only thing I have is Nirjarini has this scroll. Right, and that's there's no knock there. So to my knowledge, I don't have any knock spell. That's certainly one of the things that's one of the puzzles of the interface. That's certainly part of the game. Very good thought, though. Okay, so I'm certainly getting the clue that there's nothing of really value in the boundary area. So you spot a group of orcs. Do I sneak by them? Your party slips past them. Okay. Just look at a little more stuff over here. I think someone did clue me into the fact that Podal Plaza was a thiefy, sneaky type situation. Well, that's interesting. One of these, it's like a temple to me. These fancy sections. What are these guys doing? You spot a group of orcs. You stop and they move on. Well, this is actually working pretty well so far, he said. This is a small shrine. Symbols of Bane have replaced those of Ilmater. Okay, now the last time I went into a temple, it went really poorly for me. I'm gonna save this before I get in trouble. And I'm gonna go in. A robed orc is sitting here. What do you do? I'm gonna greet him. Hello, my good man. What prayers do you have for us today? A battle begins. Okay, well, I tried. Now, this seems to be just one orc. Am I crazy? There's just one orc here? Oh, man. Okay, so I feel that seems really sketchy that there's only one orc. So, you know, I'm hoping that he's not, like, favored by Bane and I cut him down and then, like, the deity comes down and smacks me. I hope. Yeah, that feels... this feels really... this feels really tricky. Okay, so Rollins already in combat, so I gotta pick up the shield and the magic sword. Seems like a good idea. Well, that's the easiest fight I've seen, which makes me really uncomfortable. There's no one else around, right? That's it? There's nobody else around. What the heck? The party has won. Each character receives 7 experience points. That was not the biggest fight. That was the smallest fight that we've ever seen. Now, this... okay, you got one special cleric with some special stuff. This seems quite likely that maybe his stuff is magic. So I'm going to take all this. 7 arrows? What a weird number that is. 6 leather holy symbols? Nirjarini is overloaded. Why is Nirjarini overloaded? What? She's carrying almost nothing. She has enormously high strength. Six leather holy symbols? Why? What is it with 6 leather holy symbols that make you overloaded? Weird. The holy symbols? I mean, I can't even take them with my strongest, least burdened person. What is that? That's baffling. And I wonder what money there is. That's not very much money. Just take that. Okay, just share it because it's a pain in the ass to deal with. holy symbols weigh like 200 or 250 each. Crazy. No, I don't want holy symbols that I can't carry. Weird, super weird. Okay, now I'm going to look, which I tend to forget after fighting a monster. What a weird little encounter. I tried to, I mean, I greeted him. I tried to talk to him. I didn't want to resort to violence. I mean, I kind of wanted to resort to violence, but he, you know, he started it. Mom, he started it. Okay, that's, now I'm back at the beginning. Oops. Okay, here's more orcs. As you move, you overhear some orcs say, "Do you think he'll really show up? The boss, I mean, oh, the boss might be here. Holy crap." Okay, so let me save this again. Got it. Okay, so if I was in disguise, then I could successfully talk to him. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so now let me go off into the center and try to actually deal with the thing I'm supposed to deal with. What is this? Okay, some goblins. You spot a group of goblins. You know, I've said it before, but I gotta say it again. I love the fact that the illustrations are all recreations of the original Monster Manual artwork, and plus some animation to it. It was a brilliant choice. I was reading an article the other day about how really, at the time, this game blew people away that they could have artwork this nice, and it's a really nice connection to the actual D&D books of the time. The party slips past them. Great. Wow. One square room for some reason. Probably the more dangerous part of this block. As you move, you overhear maybe the same thing, some goblins say, "More ogres are on the street since the giants took over the castle." The giants took over the castle? Shit. More ogres are on the street because the giants took over the castle. Okay, note to self, don't go in the castle. I am going to write that down. You know, I have a question about how, don't tell me, but I'm wondering like how high level monsters you see in this game. So at least the spellcasters top out at 6th level. So I'm a little bit surprised the game is going to have giants, actually. Hopefully that's the worst thing you ever see. You spot a group of goblins. Your party slips past them. Great. Oh. Okay, well, things got serious. The auctioneer cries, "Creatures of all ages, welcome to this auction for an item both magical and powerful." This is what was advertised, so. The auctioneer has either a wand or a staff. Got it. That's the magic item. Do you wish to stand and listen, move in closer, listen to comments, or leave? Okay, not the last one. I wonder what's different between stand and listen or listen to comments. That seems like they're both listening. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you can get fighters, if you can get to fighters and thieves up to name level, 9th or 10th or 11th, then I guess giants would make a sense. I'm gonna go with listen to comments. For some reason, that stands out at me. Seems like I'm gonna get side information that wouldn't normally be publicly available. So that seems clever. Listen to comments. It's a wand of illumination. Who cares? I see in the dark anyways. I don't think I believe that. That seems... The bidding escalates to 5,000 gold pieces. High bid from a man in plain clothes next to an ogre. Do you wish to make a bid, wait for the winner, try to leave? I'm not even sure I have 5,000. I might have 5,000 gold pieces, but I don't. That would tap. I don't think I do have 5,000 gold pieces actually. So I'm going to wait for the winner. Maybe I can stalk him afterwards. Going, going, gone! The auctioneer cries. I feel like making a bid would draw attention to me, so I wouldn't want to do that. A man and an ogre exchange the wand and a large bag, then disappear into the crowd. Well, I don't want them to actually disappear. The auction over, the monsters grumble and turn away. I feel like I missed out on that interaction. Am I right? I'm a little unhappy that they disappeared into the crowd. Is that the whole show? Oh, that looks ogreish. Not the one I want though. You spot a group of ogres. They check out your party, laugh to themselves, and walk on. Okay. Let's do what you gotta do, guys. Weird. Wish those guys hadn't gotten away. You spot a group of goblins. They glare at your party and walk on. So I feel like I'm getting different reactions than before the auction. So pre-auction, it was like I'm sneaking past them. Now people seem to notice me and like laugh to themselves and walk on. So that's different. I mean, I'm just going to check out a couple of these rooms here. Maybe people weren't at home before and now they are. I don't know. So here's this door that I can't get through. I can't bash it. I can't pick it. I can't knock it. Don't knock it until you've tried it being bashing and picking. Try the knock last. Well, I'm kind of stumped. I feel like these are probably just all wandering monsters now. You spot a group of orcs. They check out your party. They're going to laugh, I guess. They laugh to themselves and walk on. There's no possible way to ever win the wand or confront the winner. Well, that's interesting. Oh, well, this is the first time. Okay, so this is the first time I actually have to interact with these guys. So maybe I've been getting lucky, perhaps. You spot a group of ogres. They check out your party and demand, "Who are you?" So I'm trying to sneak. So I guess I'll be sly. So sly seems in the zone for sneaking. I'll be sly. Oh, you're here for the boss. Okay. Okay, so once again, I'm going to save this because I feel things are about to get real. The boss. Is it in here? I'm pretty much stumped here, but... I've been here before. Okay, that's the extreme end of this block. I mean, maybe I should go. So maybe I should go back to Phlan proper and report on this. Maybe, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. You spot a group of goblins. They check out your party and demand, "Who are you?" Being sly worked last time. Oh, you're here for the boss. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks for that. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm cycling. I've gone through all these places. I've managed to avoid the center part. So I feel like I do feel like I should go back to Phlan proper and report is what I'm feeling like. No, that's actually a wall. Let's try that. Okay. Thanks for that info, Disparel. Whoops. Yeah, basically the slums here are the only place I've really needed my side map, actually. So every time I come through, I gotta pull this up to remember how to get through it. Ah. See, this whole section made me convince me that bashing always worked. Oops. I'm not doing the best job of navigating right this second. You know, while I'm doing this offline, since I realized that I had access to Silence 15-foot radius, I took the opportunity to test out how many spaces that was, right? And so Silence 15-foot radius, which obviously has the foot measurement, it's like one of the only spells that has the foot measurement baked into the spell, does have a radius of one area here, one single space in the battle map. So that, I had this question before, but like how many feet is one space? And it seems like it's going to be 10 feet. Like most of the other mechanics work like that, and clearly 15-foot, the original space plus the area next to it. So it seems like it's 10 feet per space, which makes it's easy to deal with. But the problem with that, and of course, AD&D has this permanent scaling problem, is that in this game you can only fit one person per 10 feet. And that's not how it's supposed to work, but something's got to give there. Otherwise, you would have had to have the squares be different than the inches, and probably people would have gotten confused with that. So one thing I noticed, like for example, these in this strategic view, these one space corridors, right? They turn into 4 spaces in the battle map. So these narrow corridors in this view are actually 40 feet wide, the way this game is playing. But you can only fit one character per 10 feet. So, okay, so I'm going to check in with the commissioner here and see if they like what I did with checking out that auction. Is that new? Is that a new proclamation? I don't think it is. $134. No, we already saw that. What is that? That's the right. There are traitors and thieves in the Koval family mansion. They should be cleared out. Oh, is it nighttime? I didn't use any spells. I didn't take any hit point damage, so I don't need to rest up. So I'll just burn the time to the morning. I'm just loitering. Okay, and here's the clerk's office. At your entry, the council clerk begins looking through a stack of papers. Before I can offer any commissions, I must see if you are due a current reward. I hope so. The clerk speaks. Your success at Podal Plaza is noted. Here is your reward. That's dope. Okay, so each character receives 178 experience points. Okay, Despero, thanks for getting me out of the permanent searching Podal Plaza. I was getting that impression at that point, but thanks for the confirmation. So, oh, that's nice. Okay, so quite a bit of treasure there. Nice. Putting down the papers, she says, I must bring to your attention the following concerning Phlan Graveyard. Okay, let me pull up my notes here. Wrong document, Dan. Of course, I never spelled this the same twice. Okay, so saw the magic item auction Podal Plaza, and now something about Phlan Graveyard. I've seen there's a couple proclamations, I think, about Phlan Graveyard we've seen before. The undead are crossing the river in hordes and killing or carrying off our settlers. The council demands these attacks be stopped. A generous reward is offered. Hey, hordes of undead. I mean, maybe that's what I was dealing with in the rope factory. What is it? There's a hemp factory, the textile house. It's a rope and a hemp and a textile house. Am I super thrilled about taking on, quote, hordes of undead? I'm not super thrilled about that. Generous reward, I'm down with that, but... The clerk shuffles through her papers. On the matter of commission, she says, I can offer the following. So probably I'm going to be told about books and maps and tomes, etc. Okay, we knew that. And would love to get into the library, but seems like I need a knock spell. And a large group of thieves operate of the old Covell mansion. The council will pay for them to be cleared out. Now that's actually new. But that's synced up with the proclamation that we just saw. So, find the nomads and stop them from joining forces with our enemies. Oh, that's new. That sounds like good strategy. A veneer. You might be able to hire an NPC who knows the knock spell to get in the library. That's interesting. You're not strong enough for them to give you the special commission. Okay. All right. Thanks for that. That I appreciate, actually, knowing what not to take on right now. So that's, you know, walking into the Temple of Bane. Again, getting the impression from the NPC that I had to do that immediately. I certainly appreciate not... avoiding unnecessary complications. Shall we say imperial complications? These are all the commissions that are currently available. Okay, so Podal Plaza is done. So it seems like, where do I adventure now in my quest to level up? So it seems like my options are either... hire an NPC who can cast knock. Hey, Elfiend. This is a game that rewards grinding, just like real AD&D. Okay, that makes sense. And Despero, you think I can't hire an NPC magic user that has knock. Okay. Yeah, that seems like an outside... That seems like a bank shot to me. Okay. So... I don't know, I could go and take a stab at Cadorna's textile house again with those horrible undead. I feel like I feel like the blocks right before the Temple of Bane. Like I got all the way through to the Temple of Bane and just couldn't finish the job. So I feel like adventuring in the Covell Mansion area and the Welty block seemed like a place that I could possibly make some headway. So I'm going to go there. Is my plan. Let's see, save the game. Okay, yeah, right, thank you. Thank you, Despero, the evoker, right. Yep, thank you. And I think I ditched him pretty quickly because I couldn't take control of what he was casting, actually, at least in combat. Let me just, well, I'm standing right by the training hall here, so let me just take a quick look at what people's experience level is. I haven't really been doing that much fighting, but I just want to check. Wow, 20,000. Okay, so Cleric go 1,500, 3,000, 3,000, 6,000, 12,000. Yeah, so we need like 24,000, I think. Cleric fighter. So the Cleric 15, 3, 6. So I need 6,000. Podal, I need 4,000. Okay, so fighter needs, he's close. He needs 4,000 or 1250, 25, 5,000. Maelwyn needs, oh, she's super close, 4,000. She's only 18 points away. Wait, he can level up, right? Interesting. Let me just grab my player's handbook here. Pretty sure clerics level up at 3,000, right? Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so Harden can actually level up. That's good. So again, that's, you know, he's the newest guy that I added, obviously. So that's one of the benefits. 25, she needs to be 10,000 points. She's really close. Okay, that's actually one of the benefits of the exponential XP progression, is that you bring in a new first level guy and they level up pretty fast. So, how much money does he have? Almost enough. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go train. Let's go train Harton. Interesting. You know what? Let me just look at the. I'm glad you guys remember the names of those NPCs. So, Evoker's second, yeah, third just means 4th level magic user. Well, I'm not going for those doors right now. I feel like I got enough to do adventuring around Covell Mansion, the wealthy place. So maybe I can level up. Yeah, I mean, Nirjarini is really close to leveling up, so I can level her up and then get knocked, I think, for my next 2nd level spell, and then I'm good to go on my own. I feel like that's a good plan. And once again, my keyboard's not working. Right, enter. The Arena Master asks if you wish to deal. The duels are evenly. You know what? Actually, okay. So the duels are evenly matched, and normally not to the death. Do you want to duel? I actually do want to duel, because if I send Maelwyn in, and I understand this is like 50-50. If I send Maelwyn in and she wins, she actually then has enough XP to level up. So that's the one thing I like about the dueling center here, is this possibility. Okay, so Maelwyn's 2nd level, which means that... Okay, but she's an elf, so I can't cast... So casting sleep on a duplicate of myself means I'm 90% resistant to that, so that seems like a bad tactic, and that's all I have. So it's going to be Arrow Fire. Now, one thing you notice, so, see, Rolf here also has a short bow +1, just like I do. At least once in the past, it was offline. I did a duel and then wound up, duplicating my own magic item as a result. So I'll do this, and if I win, we'll see if it actually gives me an additional short bow +1, like the one that I already have from this. So, oh no. Okay, but I'm. Yep. Fuck. God damn it! God damn it! I had a 90% chance to resist that. I just said that. You gotta be kidding me. Right? Elven characters have a 90% chance to resist sleep and charm spells. It's right in the book. Boy, that is some bad luck on my part tonight. Oh dear. Okay, so right, I don't get any treasure out of that. So exit this. That didn't work super well. So hey Durton, how about you cast Cure Light Wounds on Malwyn? Now, fortunately, Malwyn doesn't have many hit points. In fact, I think she only has either 6 or 9. Okay, so Malwyn's fully healed at 9 hit points. And, I mean, there's no other spell that, Charm Person? But elves are resistant to both of those, so... Boy, that did not work. Okay, so I'm going to try this again, but I need to get the dueling master back. Oh, really? You need knock to get into the mansion? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is go in this wealthy section that's right by the Temple of Bane. I'm so close to getting near Jarenia. I'm going to try this with Malwyn at most 3 times here. So here I go again. Okay, now this dumb thing is making me cast sleep. Just because it worked. And I know, of course, this is going to fail. I feel so dumb from doing this, but here I go. Why did that work? That's crazy talk. Sorry, duplicate me. That's nuts. Okay, so I received 200 experience points for basically beating myself. And there's no treasure. So okay, so this didn't happen this time, but I'm really sure I've seen that before. Crazy. Okay, so now Malwyn is just over 4,000 experience, and that means she can go up as a fighter. Aha. Good stuff. So sign on the north door reads fighters, and that's for her. We train only fighters here. Do you want to train? Yeah, that's what I just got here for. I came to train and chew gum, and I'm all out of gum. I think I need to give her money, right? Trade her this much. Malwyn will become a 3rd level fighter. Do you wish to train? Yeah, I do. Okay, so Malwyn now has 14 hit points. He's got added 5. I guess that's average. I've done worse than that before. 14 hit points. Good. Malwyn's doing really well for me. She's shooting well from the back row. She's got sleep spells as a magic user. I'm really happy that Mailman's in the party. Got it. Okay, thank you guys for tracking that for me. So this is actually really helpful. So it seems like I'll go to this wealthy block first, level up, then get some knock spells and get into the mansion, the library, stuff like that. That last part of Podal Plaza, and then Harton can level up, right? Give him some money. And then get over to the cleric train. Magic users go east and clerics go west. At some point I'll remember that. We train only clerics here. Do you want to train? Yes. Harton. Train. Harton will become a 3rd level cleric. Now that's actually really not 3rd level. Oh yeah, 3rd level. So that's nice because then he can also get a hold person or a silent spell. That's sweet. And he now has 12 hit points. Okay. I like the fact that everybody's now got double-digit hit points. That seems like a good thing to me. Save this game, doing better than I normally do, and begin adventuring. Note to self, get dirt and cure spells back. Oh, that's a good point, Ailfield. Right, you only get right, AD&D, you only get half the die roll for multiclass. I totally wasn't thinking about that. That's great. Good point. Okay, so specifically Durton, he's going to get his Cure Light Wound spells back. I mean, I don't know. So this I would appreciate input on. Is there any? Are there any other spells? So Durton. Now Durton I cannot control in combat. So he's got hold person, spiritual hammer, slow poison. I mean, I could use that outside combat. I think the Sparrow was telling me that prayer is great when he uses it properly. I'm not fond of him using it at the end of the fight when we've already won. Yeah, those all seem fine to me. And then Harton just leveled up. So my feeling is hold person. Like again, I'm not, design-wise, I'm not really fond of the silence spell, even though that's good for locking down casters. I think you still get a saving throw, right? I think silence, unless this game modified it. I think they both give you saving throws, so. No, silence is no saving throw. Is that right? No, the text says if the creature is unwilling, it saves against the spell, and if the saving throw is made, then it doesn't stick on the person. So I feel like, yeah, don't bother having spiritual hammer. Take another hold person. Great. That's what I was going to do. Hold person, because you can affect more than one person. They both have saves basically. Obviously, hold is, silence is really only useful against spellcasters, but hold can affect all kinds of stuff. So that was my instinct. Cool. Cool. Always take more hold person. Great. Yeah, Find Trap, I gotta agree. Find Traps seems really questionable to me. How long does that last? 3 turns is what it says, which does not seem very long. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Good advice, I think. All right, so I'm all stocked up on spells. Let me just make sure. glad I checked. Yeah, right, because Melvin used the sleep in the duel. That doesn't make any sense why it worked. Glad I checked that. Okay. All right. We're back in business. Okay, so the wealthy block, right before the Temple of Bane. That's where I'm going now. Gotta get on the boat. Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to spread out my money. Actually, because right at the moment, Near Jarini's not carrying anything. So I need to go in here so that I can pool and then share stuff. Pool it, share it. Make sure everybody's movement is up. Now, her movement's only 9. Right, because I have all this junk, right? Actually, I should have done this a couple minutes ago. Okay, so none of this stuff is magic. I can just sell all this stuff. Got it. Interesting. You know, it's an interesting discussion actually, because I got to admit, probably my instinct would not to be ever to use find traps. You know, it can be incredibly important in classic D&D, but for some reason I'm just like, I have too many experiences of it not being useful. Interesting. So you can detect it and then choose to avoid it. Well, that seems interesting. So I'm going to sell this stuff. Yep. Sell it. Okay, whatever. Sell it. Sell it. Got it. So I should hold this, and I will. I'm just going to go buy one thing. I'm just going to buy one block of darts, because that I've learned that exchanges your pooled money for platinum and makes it lighter. Just take a look at that, right? So basically everything's platinum now, and I will share it out. Okay, so she's at full movement, which I love. Hopefully no one else is below 6. Great. There was a suggestion last time about, like, because I put everybody in plate that I can, is that banded mail is only 1 point less, but allows you to have a bump up in movement rate. You can be 9 movement instead of just 6. But people are fairly encumbered. I might not be able to get to the 9 anyway, so I'm going to stick with this. Camp, save it. Okay, now I'm going. Let's go find some monsters and abuse. see if they're desirous of more abuse. I'm going across the bay, right? Catch the boat at the end of the pier. Righto. So here's my boat. And here I'm on the right-hand side of this little overview map, this little drone taken picture here. It's very helpful. And I'm going to go into the southern gate into the supposed wealthy section. Okay. Probably not super wealthy now. And I feel like this area right here is telling me that this is a mansion. Oh, there's a door in right there. Okay, so here I go. You spot a group of orcs. That's a small room for a group of orcs. You have surprised them. You know, okay, call me crazy. I'm at this first group I'm going to parlay. I don't know if there's like some kind of communication I can pull off here. I'm going to parlay with these guys. And, I mean, does the abusive works on this block, right? I'm going to pick that. We got to keep all you non-believers out of here, the monsters say as they begin to leave. Yeah. They hit the road, you bums. Okay, so so if I want to avoid... if I want to avoid encounters like that, I can still abuse things. You see a group of 4 orcs whose shields bear a black hand on a red field. They cautiously look you over. The orcs ready their spears, so I can still get rid of all these guys. In a deep, threatening voice, one of the orcs says, "You moles better watch your step, or you shall feel the wrath of Bane." After saying this, he spits and leaves. Right, okay, so we're back to the spitting operation. I don't know if you noted, did you guys see what I titled the episode from last week? You know, now I'm going to fight these guys. There's 4 orcs. I'm actually going to fight these guys. Let's see how this goes. 4 orcs is not much. Oh wait, that's Hearten. That seems weird. And Griffith packs a wallop. Well, I really want you to use your hold spell there, Durton. I guess that emphasizes that hold is a powerful spell. I wish that Durton was more aggressive with the whole person in the prior encounters. That would have been nice. Okay, so small, tiny amount of experience from an encounter like that. Am I crazy? I get a hammer +1. Well, that seems nuts. And 6 leather holy symbols? This bullshit. I don't know what the deal is with that. Super weird. Oh, that's the hammery through, right? I got it. That's the hammery through. Yep. Thanks. I should have been looking at the chat more closely. Thanks, Elfine. Can I? Okay. Well, I just screwed up again because I had Durton pick it up, and then you can't get it off Durton. Ugh. That's totally just what happened, and now it's on the NPC, and I can't get it back. Okay. Okay, well, I guess it's not the worst thing that he's... Why is he using flasks of oil? I guess I must have... Okay, You know what? It's not the worst thing that the guy in the front has a hammer +1. So just note to self, if Durton goes down, take it. So now what is Harton going to use? God, now I don't have a weapon. Oh, this game. Oh, the interface of this game keeps tricking me over and over again. So I only have... and he's a full cleric, so I don't think anybody has any items he can use. God. The only thing he can use is a mace. Join half drop. Yeah, I can't trade that away. Well, that's goofy. I don't have anybody in my party that has a weapon that he can use. Good. You know what? That's thank you. Really, a cleric can use that? Okay, that's the solution to that. Yeah, I can't use a shield. Okay, all right, good enough. That seems very cleric to me. I'm not that. That's not the most offensive thing in the world. So yeah. You know, part of that was he had the hammer, and momentarily I thought that he'd like automatically cast spiritual. I thought it was Durton casting spiritual weapon on him or something like that. Obviously not the case. Okay, so there's that. Oh, now I have ogres. Great. The monsters stand ready. So I'm going to mostly... It's clearly a wandering monster group that I had. So I'm going to mostly abuse people and look for some kind of central encounter. Get out of here before we make you leave, the monsters yell, and you won't come back if you know what's good for you. Been here. See a group of 4 orcs whose shields bear a black hand on a red field. They cautiously look you over. So obviously wandering monsters, and you know, if they were higher level, you could possibly get some interesting experience. But the 1 hit die types around here give you practically no experience at all. So. Not going to worry about them too much. So this building down south, maybe that's more significant. Let's try this. As you enter the building, you see a large group of foul orcs. They snarl at you and attack. Okay, that is different. Okay. How many orcs am I using? This large group. It's not that bad. So Maelwyn, this looks like a job for sleep. Yep, good point. That one I'm going to claim I wasn't paying close attention to who I had the highlight on. I just assumed it was one of the 6 people that I did control, and I just wasn't even watching that it was Durton. That's how that happened. So, that looks good there. Eh, 9? That's good. That's dope. All right, so here is Griffith. So he can't shoot, and he's a Curie guy. Let me just look at his spells. Whole person. Do I want to use that? I don't think I do. I think I want to look for some bigger fight. This is just the first room of this complex, so I think not. All right, so here's Harton with his quarterstaff +1. Do I want to use another sleep? So I got these guys, and then I think I do. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4. I can 6. That's interesting. I'm going to do that. Now, if I'm really smart, I could put some of my fighters in position to sweep attack. No, I can't. That doesn't work in first edition against orcs. It's only goblins. Ugh. Okay, Rollin. How about you? Cadell. Now, these guys are all asleep, so that means that I can step back. So, and then do some shooty stuff. What are you doing? Okay, there's prayer. I mean, we like the bonuses you get from that. Good. 2 arrows. Double shot. Ooh, 10 points of damage. Griffith's crazy. Nice. Man, I wish I got rolls like this in a really, really important encounter. Now, Durton, you don't have to cast spells anymore. You're fine. Nice. We couldn't get that off against the half orc leader last time, but now he's going crazy with the whole person spells. Is everybody held? Is there anybody left? That's everybody's held, eh? All right, and this fight is already over. I think was he I feel like yeah, you might be right. Everybody got hit in that fight at just the wrong time. Does he change weapons on his own? Because I thought that I readied that hammer. Okay, interesting. Keep other weapons away from them. Okay. Okay, so not much experience from orcs and probably some garbage treasure. Yeah, okay, so when I come back to this screen, it's automatically on Durden because he's first. That's what happened there. It's really funny. This interface just repeatedly manages to bamboozle me over and over again. You're in a room that is filled with dead bodies of the orcs' previous victims. Well, that stopped. Okay, so here I am searching here after a fight, which I need to do more often. So maybe there's some stuff in the bodies. You spot a group of goblins. I don't need to fight these guys. I hear Durden saying, "I'm helping," in Ralph Wickham's voice. Wacky. So I'm specifically searching the corners here in case the orcs' prior victims' bodies have something interesting on them. And I'm just going to tell all these wandering types to just take a hike. Okay, so Harden's damaged, but he only went down by 2 points, so I'm fine with that. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything else in this room. In this room are some goblin slaves that are cowering in the corner. They all scream, "Please don't kill us! What will you do?" Yeah, I feel good about letting them go. Right? I don't know. They might backstab me, but I mean, they're only goblins. I think I can take it. I'm going to be generous here. I'm going to let them go. Look, there are no evil party in my party anymore. Let them go. You let the goblins go. As they leave, one of them says, "To enter the temple, you need a holy symbol of Bane." Do I have that? How did I get in last time? I guess I already have that. Maybe Durden has that? Whoops. Wooden holy symbol? Maybe that's it? I don't know. Yeah, he's changing the weapon he's got there. Well, if you know what, if he wants to do that, go ahead. Okay, so clear out the slave room. Oh, they're just incorrect. Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't sync up with what happened, right? Whoops. Before you is a great hall. The floor is littered with orc trash, and the walls have crude black hands painted on them. Got it. That seems appropriate. Go through the southern door here, so I'm back outside. Go west. You are in the remains of a once great dining room. Furniture lies burned and broken throughout the room. Okay. Not taking very good care of the place. You're in a room filled with rubble and waste. Yeah. Oh, interesting. But I'm completely unable to take the 6 leather holy symbols. It doesn't make any sense to me that 6 leather holy symbols are so heavy I can't carry them. I mean, do I have to just take a character and drop everything but that? Is that what has to happen? A lot of wandering goblins. Okay, advance. Hey, come here so I can abuse you. You look stupid. You dress poorly. hit the road, you bums. Come back, and I will taunt you a second time. Goblins in this corner. Well, that's different. You intimidate the monsters so much they run away. That's a new one. That's weird. Got it. Got it. Exceptional strength. I haven't seen anybody with exceptional strength yet in this game, as much as I would love to see that. As you enter the room, you see 6 orcs led by something. Oh, Jesus. 6 orcs led by what? Something. By an ogre. Okay, 6 orcs led by an ogre. Got it. I was reading 6 ogres led by something worse than that, which would be a real problem. Harden. Not much I can do with him. What just happened there? I'm gonna take these orcs out. Okay. Do I want to try a sleep spell on the ogre? I don't think I need that. What is wrong with Podal right now? You're right, he's next to somebody even though they're asleep. That's the problem. Nice. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Durden. So now it's just the ogre at this point. So I'm using that technique. I can't remember which one of you guys told me that. It's the 2 arrows, try to shoot somebody who's up and then someone who's asleep. Which seems pretty good idea. Got it. I like that. Nice. Oh man, Durden. Oh, that was nice. You know what? That's actually the best NPC spellcasting I've seen to date. That's fine. Great. Well, that wasn't too bad. Now, Near Jerini is currently out of sleep. A little bit of experience. Share that, that's fine. You find a piece of paper on the floor in the room. You place it in your journal under entry 53. Got it. Let's go see what entry 53 was. I was reading an article somebody put on, I think my blog the other day, that when they made Pool of Radiance, the computer systems actually couldn't hold even as much text as they really wanted for a deep D&D type game. So that's why this external journal came into play, to have like a lot of interesting text that wouldn't actually fit in a computer of the time. Journal entry 53 says a crumpled, discarded piece of paper full of rubouts and scratchovers. It's a tally here. Priests 1, acolytes 4, ogres 1, hobgoblins 40, orcs 90, and goblin slaves 20. Okay, so maybe that's okay. So that's the tally of the monsters in this current area, because I freed 20 goblins. I fought like maybe about 20 orcs, I guess. I fought 1 ogre here. So that seems to imply that I've got a priest who's, I think, 3rd level, 4 acolytes that would be 1st level clerics, and then a whole bunch of orcs and hobgoblins that I could potentially take down with sleep spells if I was jacked up. Okay, so a lot more humanoids to come, I'm getting. Well, that seems like good information, if I'm reading that right. Which I usually don't, but it's my best attempt at reading that. Okay, and this is the last area of this wing, I guess. I do wish I could kind of just like universally abort all these wandering monsters once I realize how to get rid of them. A deep threatening voice when the orc says, "You moles better watch your step, or you shall feel the wrath of Bane." You know, let me save the game here. So that's everything on that wing, right? Let me just get out of this part. Okay, kind of interested in this building here. Seems to be empty. I'm running into a lot of wandering monsters. Like I just looked to see whether I had the search facility on by mistake to use 10 times as much time. But no, I'm doing this as quickly as I can. There's 2 exits out of that. Okay. I'm going to search this southeast section. That's what I'm going to do. What's going on in here? More wanderers. You have bad facial hair, I think. Possibly. Okay, that's the far corner there, right? Yeah, I agree with the analysis at the end of the ogre orc fight that one ogre is less dangerous than a bunch of orcs. It kind of comes down to you know, it's the action economy, right? If I was building a force, I would certainly rather have 4 attacks per round than just 1 attack per round. Plus, hypothetically, if I have some melee type that can like throw down, I don't know, 12 hit points of damage or something like that, that's going to get wasted against one of the orcs. Whereas the ogre would take full, the full hurt. It's kind of slightly counterintuitive, but that's part of my thinking. I'm trying to go to the left here. You stand outside a large mansion on the wall, right? So this part, in the walls of the mansion are crude black handprints. So this they have to be talking about this area to the south, right? Let's get in here. You enter into a filthy room. 8 orc guards attack you immediately. Holy smoke! But I wanted to tell you you're ugly. Can we do that? Okay, that's not a lot of orcs. That's only 8. 2 of them have missile weapons. And they're spaced perfectly, so I can't catch both of them with a sleep spell. Good point, Alphine. I do tend to forget that about advanced D&D. Just make sure there's nobody else standing around here they're not seeing. They say like 90 orcs and 40 hobgoblins, so there's a much larger. Seems like there's a much larger fight to come. So Nujarini has this stinking cloud spell. I feel like after this fight, I feel like I want to top up on spells actually after this fight. So, in light of that, I'm just going to blow my whole thing here. Good point, Elphine. There's a lot to forget. The funny thing, I was just writing a blog article today about, AD&D rules. I tend to play again original D&D more myself, which is a little bit more stripped down, of course, and I get used to that, and then I forget about all the extra stuff that Advanced added. Okay, he wasn't actually nauseated. Therefore, we'll get rid of him. Right. Nice. Oh, I like that. Okay, so Durton just threw the hammer himself. So when I pick it up again, don't give it back to Durton. Okay, that avoids the whole issue of needing to put down Durton at some point to get it back. Well, I'm glad he threw that. There you go. Oh, shit. Unfortunately, Harton's actually blocked in there, so I'm just going to guard with him. Nice. Next arrow? No. What are you doing, Durton? He's got one left, right? The air, right, right, got it. Okay, a little bit of treasure. Now, not Durton's picking it up. It's Harton who had that, right? Good stuff. What are the chances that any of this stuff is magical? Not much. That doesn't seem like a super significant fight. I'm gonna have Nirjarini take the weapons just in case. But I'm gonna leave the armor behind. That can't be. Hey Draco Siegfried. Hope you're well tonight. Share the money. No. Make sure she's not broke. Well, she's at 9. I'm okay with that. That's all right. Okay, so what I want to do now is I do want to get some spells back. And I can do that. Where can I do that, actually? I just have to go back to town. Sorry. Okay, so let me go rest up. This will just take a minute. Did I not? I didn't give Griffith the detect magic back, eh? He was the one that had. Nope, he's got it. Okay, good. So yeah, none of that stuff is magic. I can sell all of that. Let me get into the next morning. Got it. Okay, that's helpful. Okay, so only the leaders drop gear. Normal orcs don't drop equipment. That's good to know. And join this. And as long as I'm here, pool the money, and then I guess I should have done that before. All right, so she's back to full movement, and then share the money, and then get out. Go to my favorite inn on the entire city. Alrighty. So that's a lot of spells. Okay, so cure is what I want for first level. Right, he's using a bunch of whole persons, and generally I like that. And then for third level, right, he's using prayer all the time. So sure, why not? That seems fine. I guess I'm fine with just the one detect, actually. I'll give that to him. I'll say that, you know, the sleep spells are being useful longer than I expected. Like, I actually thought like I'd get rid of the slums and there wouldn't be many humanoids anymore. I did not expect that there was going to be like mobs of humanoids, goblins and orcs through the whole game, at least to date. So that's been a pleasant surprise, actually. Detect magic is what I'm doing. And the stinking cloud, which everybody loves. Okay, thinking about getting knocked the next time that she goes up. You know, actually, now that I say that, Your journey was pretty close to leveling up last time we checked. Right, and then I have to rest. How many hit points do I need back? Okay, so Durden's down by 4, Griffith's down by 8, Harton's down by 2. So if I rest for 8 days, everybody be back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clearly, a couple different people were statting out monsters. It's kind of unpredictable. Like normal goblins do drop equipment, but if you pay attention, you get a feel for what's what. Okay, that's helpful. Thank you, Dispearl. All right, save the game, and then look at. Oh man, I'm 10 points off. Holy smoke, 10 points. You know, this is what dueling is for, as far as I can tell. Yeah, of course you're right, Aelfiend. It just takes longer to get through the interface to get the cure spells on. So as far as I can tell, resting up for arbitrary days doesn't penalize me any. So I have been just hitting the rest button for longer. Feel free to tell me if I'm making a big mistake with that, but it's just like getting the spell and casting and going back. And then I have to go in and rememorize the cure spell. It just takes longer. So I've been shying away from that. Okay, so I'm sending my wizard into a duel. I hope she wins initiative. She does not. Yeah, that's how that goes. What? That was odd. That's odd. My competitor, I guess, just delayed and the sleep spell wore off. That's unexpected. No, I'm not going to do that. I hope that's not too mercenary. So, okay, so my duelist won 300 experience points, so it's giving me, it seems like it's giving me 100 XP per level for the fight against my mirror image, basically. And now Nirjarini has enough XP to level up. And that's what I use. That's what I personally use the dueling for. Is exactly that situation. Yeah, the NPC came down with a bad case of the stupid. I agree with that. I'm gonna take advantage of that one. You don't have to. I'm not gonna give you 2 chances on that. We trade only magic users here. Do you want to trade? Yes, I do. Do I have 200 platinum? I do not. So somebody give me some of your money. I have to view. I hit T for trade, but I have to get some on the wrong menu. I have to do this 3 times. Okay, so now Nirjarini, she will trade. Nirjarini will become a 4th level magic user. Yes. Spells to choose from. Knock is what we've been looking for a while. So knock it is. Great. So she has 16 hit points. She got 3, which is good on a D4. That's dope. Whoops. Just minimize my DOS box there. So save this. I'm in a pretty good situation. Note to self, actually memorize the knock spell. Not that I'm going into a place that I expect to have locked doors. We can do that next week. I figure next week I'll go after some of those locked doors. Did I forget to memorize spells, or did I just get a whole crap ton of extra spell slots? You know, I'm actually gonna take Stinking Cloud here. Boy, there's a lot of locked doors I've been running into lately. There's the one in Podal Plaza. You're telling me that the place, what is it, with the thieves? You're telling me Coville Mansion is locked and the library's locked. You know, I'm gonna take the knock spell. Just, I mean, it seems like I'm running into a lot of locked doors now, so I'll do that. Is that the same Rolf who gave the tour at the beginning of the game? Now, my feeling is that that Rolf is a very common name in the area of Phlan. So I feel like we're running into a whole bunch of different people all named Rolf. Like, you're Rolf, you know, Ed's son, or you're Rolf from down by the bay. I don't think anybody else was very close to leveling up, I don't think. $20,000 seems like an interesting number to me. Not for clerics, I'm mistaken. $6,000. Yeah, I don't think anybody else was really close. Yeah, he's close-ish. Leveled her up. He just leveled up, and she just leveled up. Okay, so that's where we are there. All right, I really want to see a little bit more of the wealthy section, so I'm going to go. Got it. I got one extra first level and one extra second level spell. I mean, I don't have to bash in the door of the store anymore because I just got a knock spell. I could use that. I could be a clever burglar. Yeah, come on, keeper. The harbor master tells you the boats leave for the west, the east, so-called keep, and the north side of the bay. Round trip passage is 1 platinum piece. What passage can I sell you? I'm back to the bay, dude. The boat. It's the south entrance that gets into this section. It'd be neat. I mean, I don't know, if I'm really clever, maybe I could finish this block off tonight. But, you know, one thing I didn't do is I didn't share my money around. I guess I can only do that at a store, eh? Can I yeah, it seems like I have to be at a store for that, I guess. Okay, my bad. Breaking and entering is treated the same regardless of how you accomplish it. I suspect I think I know how I do that. Yeah, I keep reading 1988. It was like just completely groundbreaking in a lot of ways. And I gotta say, this is what first edition feels like. It's got fighting, it's got parlaying, it's got sneaking, it's got surveillance. it does a pretty good job of conjuring that feel. I missed the door here. This is the door I'm looking for. Okay. So back to the mansion. Same door I came in or something. You enter a room that has been converted into a cell. Is there a prisoner here? On the wall here is a poorly scratched out message. You can barely make out the words. North wall, probably right in, right. Don't nobody tell me front glass? Southeast? Is that what it says? Or something front. I mean, it's got to be glass, right? Glaze, glass. There's no other word that starts like that. Glass, glass. Blank R-I blank T. Seems like space front. And then S-E, which seems to be southeast. Bright? No, that's not it. Yeah, bright front glass. Something like that. It's not strike the front glass. Okay. Seems like I'm looking for some kind of glass thing. They misspelled barely there, didn't they? Not the biggest deal. This has a lot of doors. I guess that's how I came in. Don't think I've been here. You enter a room that has some crude hay beds. What will you do? Well, that's different. Search the beds or leave them. So search. That seems like the kind of thing I would do. I'm going to search them. I mean, there could be dangerous stuff in them. As you search the beds, a group of orcs come into the room. They attack immediately. Okay, or I guess that could happen. I guess it could just slow me down. Okay, so there's 8. Right. You're getting good initiative. You're getting very good initiative. You have a sleep spell, buddy. I got a whole bag. Just call me the Sandman. Woman, person. The sand person. Great. Good. Good job, Durton. Well, you know what? I can step back here, can't I? Double tap. And that's the fight. Now, note to self, when the fight ends, I gotta swap weapons with Heart in there. used one sleep spell for resources. Hey, Larsudo, yeah. What Disparrow said there. We're trying to level up. I've actually leveled up 3 characters tonight, as a matter of fact. I've gotten close and then went and did some dueling. So that's where we are now. I got a knock spell. I feel good about that. Negligible XP for a fight like that. Oh, here's, okay, pool stuff and then share stuff. That's what I wanted. Okay, so now you finish searching the beds, but you find nothing but lice and hair. Okay, you know, that's in tone. I get it. So, Hearten. I want you to use that hammer. I want you to trade this quarterstaff back to the wizard. Great. My interface, for what it's worth, my interface glitch tonight was I had Hearten throw a hammer, and then when the fight was over, I had Dirt and the NPC pick it back up. And at that point, you can't trade it away. So fortunately, at some point, he threw it, and then I managed to get it back to Hearten. So that felt good about that. One of my smaller glitches, frankly. Oh, yeah. You know, honestly, it's a slight... You know what? I sympathize with Lore Pseudo on that, because the first time, when I started playing D&D, the knock spell has a weird name, honestly. And I guess once you know... I'm backtracking. Once you know it, you can kind of remember it, but the jokey name they gave it is not super obvious what the point is. Is this a dead end here? So I guess, I mean, I feel like I have to go outside now. I feel like I have to go outside to get to another area. Unless I'm missing something. Have I been to that long room? I'm looking at that long room on the right. Have I been there? Is this going to happen again? I'm thinking about Aelfine's Jack Vance reference there. Well, that's a good point. Geez, that's a good point. You know, I take back everything I said about it. If Vance came up with it, it's a good... It's probably more elaborate in his books, probably, but if Vance came up with it, it's a good spell name. That's all I got to say about that. These places all empty? I thought there'd be more stuff around here. Okay, so there's wandering orcs. Parlay of use. Your boots don't fit right. It's probably like, you know, somebody's name, you know, it's probably, I don't know, Zach Bolivar's fantastical knocking and opening of entrances and portals of the underworld or something like that. He would do better. hobgoblins. I feel like that's different. Is this still going to work the same way? Really? I feel like if anybody's like not going to respond well to the abuse, I feel like hobgoblins wouldn't. Okay, still working. There are times with D&D that I honestly waver a bit in the spell names because Jack Vance's stuff was so great that there are times when I want to make every spell some elaborate name like that, but then on the other hand, I'm kind of a minimalist at the same time, and I don't want to spend too much time in game or in documentation with anything with overly complicated names at the same time. The violent opening of closed portals. So I guess I'm done with this block, right? I think unless I'm mistaken, I think I've cleared out everything in the mansion, I think. Oops, the keyboard went crazy on me. And I've done these, right? And I've done these. I think that's it. Maybe tell me am I making a mistake here? Am I missing something terribly important in this wealthy block? I think that's basically it, right? Let me just take a scan of people's experience and see. So he's got to get way higher than that. Whoops. I mean, he just recently went up. Seem to be 6,000. Fourth. Cadell is not leveling up very fast for some reason. Did he get... No, he got level drained, right? He's the one that got level drained a while back. Rollins really close to the next level of fighter, so probably he'll be the next one to go up. And everybody else just leveled up tonight. Okay. I think just killing the group of orcs that was specially indicated as guarding the mansion completed your objective. Okay, great. Let's go. Yeah, that feels like I've done that. Let's go collect a reward. Let's end. There wasn't a TPK tonight. I didn't actually have to restore the game tonight. That's unusual. So if you've tuned in waiting for the normal TPK, I apologize for disappointing you. Interesting. Well, we'll check. We'll see. I think what Evanir said, maybe we're all saying the same thing. Maybe I'm done with that block, but maybe I'm not going to get a reward from that. Can't hurt to check. And this is probably the last thing I'm going to do here tonight. At your entry, the council clerk begins looking through a stack of papers. Before I can offer any commissions, I must see if you are due a current reward. The clerk speaks. You have cleared the area next to the evil temple. Here is your reward. Yeah, okay. Sweet. Honestly, I wouldn't have guessed that, but that's nice. Now that actually puts somebody over what I needed for experience, right? That's nice. So share that out. Putting down the papers, she says, I must bring to your attention the following concerning Valinghan Graveyard. Yes, we already saw this, right? The undead are crossing the river in great hordes and carrying off our settlers. The council demands these attacks be stopped. Yeah, you might have to wait a while on that one. Okay, probably the same commissions, right? So books from the library. Now I have a knock spell that I can possibly go after that next time. Hmm? So that seems to open up that option. The thieves out of the old Covell mansion. Yeah. It's interesting, you know, I might try the find trap spell there, possibly, if I go there. Find the nomads. You know, this is the one that doesn't give me any clue about where it is. Okay, maybe they're in the wilderness? Maybe the nomads are in the wilderness and I have to go outside the city for that? That would seem to track. Okay, so other than that, same commissions as last time. So actually... I got to admit, these couple of spaces, I wish that they didn't have these message boxes that keep coming up in those 3 spaces it takes to get to the clerk. So I've already forgotten who I just said could level up. Right. Oh, man. Okay, so Rollins going to go duel. That's what we're going to do. That's the last thing for night. Okay, Nomads in the Wilderness. That makes sense. Now, Rollin is my only non-spellcaster. You know, one thing about this party, it's funny, now that Durton joined, for someone who is hugely anti-cleric in my normal D&D games, I'm very cleric-heavy, right? I have 3 of my 7 characters. Almost half my party is clerics. But Rollin's my only non-caster. Therefore, the duel is going to be not just casting a sleep spell on the other guy. Interesting. Wilderness encounters. I just took 1 step into the wilderness last week, I think, and was like, yeah, I'm going to hold off because there could be some terribly dangerous thing here. Okay, can Rollin do this? Right. That's the best I can do, right? The bracers aren't going to be better. So I feel like this is the most aggressive thing I can do here. See, everybody I ever do is named Rolf, but they're always duplicates of whoever I'm fighting with. So he's coming at me with the broadsword. Ah, shit. Okay, now I'm committed to this. Now this isn't going super well. Huh? All right, so I'm ahead. Yeah. So now I'm behind, eh? Fuck. Boop. All right, so heal. Okay, so we're gonna send him back in. So we pull Ron to the corner between rounds, and we spray him down with water, and we say, "You got this, kid." There's no treasure there, is it? Cast. Whoops. C. Get back in there. Watch for the uppercut. Roland does not have many hit points. He's had terrible hit point rolls. What would I mean? I've never gone into a duel with damage. Does the doppelganger have the exact same damage when you do that? All right, let's try this again. centaurs are melee only. Good to know. I might not remember when I actually need to, but good to know. Yeah. I have come to duel and unlock doors, and I'm all out of unlocked doors, so yeah. Okay. Stay away from me, man. Can I, you know, my movement... You know, I feel like... All right, let me try this. So I'm going to switch to the bow. But I'm going to try to stay away from this guy because we have the same movement. So if he's determined to use the sword, then... Just look around here a bit. Okay, how much space do I have? So if he's absolutely determined to use the sword, then I can just stay ahead of him the whole time. Okay, a lot of space over here. And not let him do that. Okay. Well, I shoot him with the bow. Seems to be working okay. Oops, except that I see, except he got two rounds back to back, which foiled that idea, but it was working okay for a while. Okay, so if I can just, boy, I can just get one more hit on him. He's got one hit point, I think. Damn it. Fuck. Don't hit me, don't hit me. If I had just one more hit point on him. That's it. Nice. Great. Okay, that's what we came for. So, right, fighters are over here. We train only fighters here. Do you want to train? You bet. I just fought, literally just fought my way here. So probably got to give him some money. Is that 180? I need 20 more platinum, which is 100 gold actually. So that's not going to do it. Wait, what? Did I give it to the wrong person? I must have clicked the wrong person. Okay, so yeah, Rollin become a 3rd level fighter. Great. Now, Rollin had 13 hit points. He is multi-classed, so could be between 1 and 5 hit points, maybe extra. I'm hoping for at least 3. And did he get 1? He got 1? Please change. Well, that's okay. Let me. I'm going to confirm that by resting up, actually. Yeah. Hey, Jen Plastro. Glad you found the stream. I'm actually just about to wrap up for the night, unfortunately. So I usually, I'm here in New York. So I usually break at 1 in the morning here. But I wanted to get through the wealthy mansion block first. And I'd never seen any of this, so I'm not the best Pool of Radiance player, and it's all brand new to me. Let me just confirm how many hit points you got. I think just one, which is really aggravating. Did I just? The Pool of Radiance interface just keeps sticking it to me. Not you, him. 3, 4. Okay, that is what got me through that fight. And I guess as long as I'm here, I'll do it for the rest of them. You didn't use anything. You didn't use anything. You don't have anything. So I think I got rest for 8 days if I'm going to do it like this. I think that'll bring him up to full health at 14, I believe. Yeah, so I'll be back next Thursday night for more of this. And as the Sparrow is saying, I'm doing everything as hard as I possibly can. I'm not using the extra software that they have that goes with it, like Goldbox Companion. I'm not doing that. I'm using the code wheel to get into the game for real. I'm not re-rolling stats. I'm not using the clue book. Yeah, Roland only got 1 hit point. That's disappointing. 26, 19, 15, 14, 14, 12, 16. Okay, so that's good enough for me for tonight. And save the game so I don't forget about that. Okay, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight here, and sorry if you just found the stream at the end. I'll plan to be back next Thursday, and I guess the question is, where do I go next? I could go for the Thieves Mansion. I feel like the library. You know, I feel like probably the next thing I'm going to do is go into the library because I've been wanting that knock spell. You know, I suppose maybe I could go back to Podal Plaza and just get through that one door that you need to knock for in the corner. I feel like I'm going to capitalize on the knock spell, so I guess I'm going to go unlock all the locked doors next time. In Podal Plaza and the library is where my heart, I think, wants to go. Yeah, they had this on like lots and lots of different platforms, right? Which was nice. So I'll be back next week to get through some locked doors. We'll be back with our standard D&D talk show Sunday afternoon. I think we're going to have a chat about the new 6th edition, right? The 1 D&D that Wizards just announced a couple days ago. Like I think maybe last Friday. And they've released a document about what character background stuff should be available in the next edition, which I'm already calling 6th edition, even though they want to call it something else. So there's some interesting stuff there, some interesting changes of the core rules from 5th edition. So I think Paul and I will be chatting about that. So if you have additional information you heard somewhere about what 6th edition is going to be like, tune in 1:00 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, and we'll have a good chat about that. And we'll be back next Thursday. We have a bunch of new shows that we're planning for the fall, actually. So hopefully later in a month or so, we'll have maybe 1 or 2 extra shows on per week. So take a look for that. And we're really excited about having other people on our channel, as a matter of fact, coming up. So a lot of stuff happening on Wandering DMs, and we hope that you'll tune in for that. And the library has tough monsters. Okay, but no giants. Good. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much. So we'll look for that. We'll look for this. We'll be back next week and the other shows on the channel. And thank you so much again. It's a lot more fun playing with you guys, helping guide me a little bit. So I really appreciate that. Have a good weekend, everybody, and we'll see you later.